My name is Ethan, and it's my great pleasure to speak to you today about the exhibition Artificial Masks by Victor Rosas, on view here at 356 Mission in Los Angeles. Three, two, one. So Victor is an artist based in Los Angeles. His studio is actually just up the street from the gallery, and from the very beginning of our conversations with Victor about the possibility of doing the show, a thing that he was really interested in and that we really supported was the idea of making site-specific work with this room in mind, and really taking the building as a studio so that he could make the work here. In some cases, painting directly onto the wall. In some cases, putting together assemblages of. There's a series of clothes tied together leading into this trap. Let me move the camera so you can maybe see better. Like a Calvin and Hobbes tire trap, or there's a Bastian Otter piece that kind of simulates this, where it's like a tea party underneath the trap. And this is all put together with materials that Victor found on his walks to and from the gallery. And so when you're just finding materials along the way, you're really beholden to the luck of the draw. So Victor didn't have the luxury of saying, I would like a blue shirt and a teal shirt and a pink shirt and a black pair of pants and a black fleece jacket. He just could find what was out there and tied it together to make the kind of the trigger for the trap, I guess you would say. But anyway, part of what is so important about that series of decisions is then, or that way of finding materials, is then thinking about the very deliberate parts of the show. And one of the really deliberate parts that I want to talk to you about now is these letters on the wall. So these letters are each is formed through a series of these toast prints. It's a little tough to see, but these aren't printed directly onto the wall. They're printed on paper and then tacked to the wall. And they're tacked very roughly to the wall. Show you how they're just tacked at the top, so that they have a way that they kind of come out from the wall. And you can see, if you look like towards the HE over here, you can see they're actually curling away from the wall here. And Victor said he really wanted to have that feeling of them being dimensional and coming out from the wall in that way. He didn't just take a slice of bread and put ink on it and stamp out the paper with it. He actually very painstakingly made a plate where he carved out the form of a piece of toast so that you really have this exact image of the toast. So again, in a show where so much of the materials are dictated by what he could find, it was really important for him that he had this exact form of toast, this kind of exemplary form. I want to move on to this piece on the floor. Victor is a printmaker. That's kind of his primary artistic activity. He's a master printmaker at Self-Help Graphics. He does workshops on printmaking. And if you go to his studio, it really is, in a lot of ways, a print studio, more so than anything. And one of the great things about this work is that it's a print-based work, but the way he's chosen to display it is the plate that actually made the print is visible. So you can see here's the plate, spells out a phrase, and then he stamps the first one here, second one here, third one here, and you see as you go down the line, there's less and less ink on the block until at the very end it disappears. We're going to go into the shelter that Victor built in the corner of the room. you know, it's hard to tell sometimes with art what's off limits, what's okay to touch or interact with, and this shelter is not. We found not super welcoming to people in the sense that it just feels very private. Feels like a something you might need to be invited into rather than feel empowered to step into on your own. And so we often have to tell people, you know, it's okay to move the curtain aside and go inside. So maybe at this point we'll walk outside and see one last piece. This video by Victor Rosas is only visible at night between sundown and sunup. It's projected inside the building onto these windows which face north. So it's a piece that's not available to see for people visiting the gallery during the day, but rather something that traffic heading north and south on Mission would see at night. The way Victor made this piece is actually he took unexposed film stock and scratched images into the film itself. Scratched it. So Artificial Mask is on view at 356 Mission until May 13th. If you don't have a chance to see it in person, there are images on our website and some more materials there. Thanks so much.